Welcome home. Alright, so it's been a good amount of time since I've done a fully fledged info dump video for Cyberpunk 2077, so here is all of the information from the last couple of months that is the most vital to know about the most anticipated game, Cyberpunk 2077. A game that CD Projekt Red aims to release, in quotes, as refined as Red Dead Redemption 2. Their words, not mine. And with over 400 extremely talented people working on the project, I'm sure they will accomplish just that. A lot of people have been quick to compare Cyberpunk 2077 to that of Grand Theft Auto, but according to 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗍𝗓, that isn't quite what they're going for with this game. Here is what he had to say. Our game will provide a lot of side activities for you to engage in outside the main quest, and whether it's side quests or encounters waiting for you on the streets of Night City, it will be crafted by us with a lot of love and care. Whilst it's very humbling to us to have our game compared to GTA, with Cyberpunk 2077, we are striving for a different story-driven experience. Adding, that's not to say we will stop players from goofing around. So I guess there will be some sort of way to goof around in Night City. To what level of goofy, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I just hope it isn't BGS's version of goofy. Glitchy. Speaking to Gaming Bolt, 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗍𝗓 noted that the outcomes of side quests could end up influencing the main storyline itself, something we don't see much of in games, but I believe even The Witcher 3 included this experience. So it's nice to see it return in Cyberpunk 2077, as I feel like it adds a lot to the game, as side quests often feel pointless in most open worlds. He added saying, side quests are great opportunities for us to tell stories of our cyberpunk world. After all, despite not being a part of the main questline, they are still connected to the world and can elaborate on certain parts of it, like the characters. So it's all interwoven, and yes, that means that our side quests could affect the main story. Apparently, the world will also feel completely alive with the player feeling like a part of it. As an example of this level of immersion, 𝗏 explained how the police in the game might respond to any lawbreaking done by the player. It's really important to us to portray a world that you feel a part of, so naturally, the world has to react to your presence. Regarding this particular example, let me just say the Night City police don't react lightly to people stepping out of line. Their cyber implants, as well as advanced weaponry, make them not a pushover either. And it's funny how everything I hear about this game just raises my hype levels beyond normal hype levels. CD Projekt Red is truly making this into a world that the player feels a part of and immersed into each decision they make, and that is further solidified with the statements by 𝗦𝗨𝗧𝗓𝗏 𝗦𝗢𝗍𝒑𝒑, probably butchered that name, I really apologize, I don't mean to do it, I don't know how to pronounce these names, who is a writer on Cyberpunk 2077. We're putting all our narrative firepower into allowing gamers to experience their story, one in which their decisions will shape who their character really is. It goes without question, though, that the dystopian future we're putting you in is a dark and violent place. Being in control of who you are and having it stay that way is what matters most. You're never trying to save the world, it's always about saving yourself. So, as I'm sure everyone knows, CD Projekt Red is going all out on the details with this game, as well as player choice. As for game size, though, here's what we know from a response by Cyberpunk 2077 on Facebook to how big the game world is in The Witcher 3. Night City holds 6 districts, but I can't give you an exact number in square meters because no one counted this yet. Also, this is tricky for an urban environment. Night City has a lot of buildings, and these buildings have floors. You can have 120 square meters of space technically taking up 60 square miles of space in a tall building, and we will have many of them explorable, and each floor can house a lot of activities. Floors stack. The Witcher 3 was, in a way, much flatter. The activities were scattered. Here, the world can be huge, but it can be huge upwards and downwards. Essentially just saying this game is going to be massive, but it's going to be in a more condensed map is what I feel like they're going for here, but it's going to be larger in a vertical sense, rather than just being a large horizontal plane, like the majority of open world games, if not all of them. And since Cyberpunk 2077 will have loads of buildings, here's a question someone asked about player apartments. In the gameplay, it said V's current apartment. Does this mean that there will be more to unlock/buy? Cyberpunk 2077 responded with a simple That is correct. And honestly, player home should be a very interesting feature in this game, and whether or not they're customizable at all, I cannot wait for my experience in Night City and just digging super deep into this game. Now for some Flash news. As of February 2019, the Witcher 3 game director, 𝗦𝗢𝗨𝗣𝗢𝗥𝗧, has joined the Cyberpunk 2077 team according to his LinkedIn profile. Cyberpunk 2077 will not have microtransactions. This confirmation comes from yet another hilarious response tweet from the official Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter account. They also shut down the Epic Games exclusivity scare with a tweet saying, "Yeah, pass on that," which I covered in a previous video. Cyberpunk 2077 will not feature a Battle Royale mode, which I think for the majority of fans, this was quite obvious. It's just nice to get a confirmation that it won't feature this. I honestly wish Apex Legends would just be the last one, but then we already have Battlefield Firestorm coming, so it's already too late. They also confirmed multiple companions in Cyberpunk 2077, responding to a user on Twitter saying, "Jackie is one of the companions that will just tag along during some missions, and he is just one of the few. To answer your question, there won't be a female version of Jackie, but for sure there will be female companions that will show up during your playthrough." CD Projekt Red then went on to further shut down speculation of any and all exclusivity on PC, as they have confirmed the game won't even be exclusive to their own platform, GOG. That means we'll likely see a release across whatever platforms they feel necessary, which for all we know could include Steam, GOG, and the Epic Games Store. All of them all at once. CD Projekt Red has made it very clear they don't like exclusives. Heck, they own GOG. That is the most consumer-friendly that it gets. The entire platform is built around no DRM. CD Projekt Red is the company that is pro-consumer all the way. We also got a confirmation that CD Projekt Red has, in quotes, no plans for a closed or open beta, and honestly, I'm kind of glad. It feels like most games that do closed and open betas nowadays are in a terrible and buggy state, which, when you think about it, doesn't make sense, seeing as they're the games that are letting people play them early. You're just getting more people to refund the game. But I don't know. Maybe finish your games before letting people play them. That's just, I don't know, that's just a thought of mine. I know CD Projekt Red knows this, so I have no worries about Cyberpunk 2077's release. And to end it off on some kind of sad news, according to the new Cyberpunk 2077 Creating Cyberpunk official PlayStation Inside Look video, that was a mouthful, Cyberpunk 2077's development is, in quotes, far from over, saying that they're staying, in quotes, true to the promise made in 2013. It's still coming when it's ready. Whether this is just CD Projekt Red trolling us with this statement at this point, I have no idea, but a lot of people were fully expecting a release in late 2019, and if we go off this statement in the video, that doesn't seem to be the case. However, they are having an E3 showcase this year, so I have no idea, to be honest. But I'm willing to wait until it's ready, as we've already waited this long, and I want this game to be as flawless as possible. Let me know your thoughts on this statement down below. But that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please smack that like button down below, subscribe to join the good fight if you haven't already, and ring that bell icon to stay updated in all of my future videos. It'd be super greatly appreciated as always. And until next time, this is 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗜𝗏𝗧 signing off.